Now we get Moon's first match here. Can he start with a 2-0 victory that everybody expects of him? Or will it be a little more tricky in Group A, as this is the same group as Fortitude and Focus?
I was unfortunately muted there, Neo, when you did your little Alice joke. I did the, famous carnival do-do thing. Missed that one, unfortunately.
Can you do that once more? Can you just...
No, the moment is lost. The moment now, rather, is for Alice to prove that he belongs in this tournament and is going to have a somewhat decent showing here. We'll see if that is the case or not. Not only is this the first time that we have the big legend stepping into the ring, also the first mirror match of the tournament. Night of Mirror, and in case you guys aren't too aware, recently there has been a lot about the Bears. The Bears received a big puff in the latest patch.
Yeah, you
and got
puffed
more
a little
mana,
too
which
much
means
there.
more rejuve and more roar, which makes them really, really strong. And Moon is normally the guy who looks for the counter strategy to the norm, especially in Night of Mirror. But even he, from the last games that I saw from him, has been, resigning to the Bear strategy. Apparently, there's nothing at the moment that can beat Bears. Well, if you believe Lawlight, then I guess it's Chimeras, who he's been playing sometimes on big maps like Turtle Rock. But yeah, Bears is to be expected here. Colorful is the master of that. We'll see if Alice can hold a candle to Moon now.
Moon needs, of course, no introduction. Currently rank 4 in the ELO rank with 2,488 points. Getting close to that magical 2,500 mark, where it really shows that, okay, you are dominating right now. That's 2,500 for you. In 2020 was the second most successful player. In 2021, the fourth most successful player in the history of this game. Of course, the most decorated player of all time. Getting close to the $700,000 prize pool. Absolutely insane. Alice, career earnings, $7,000. That's 1%.
And here in the little WGL slide, it shows achievements.
Nothing.
None. Yikes. That is pretty mean.
He eliminated TH once at the 2015 Gold League. He made it into two next playoff stages in winter and summer 2020. So I guess it is a bit mean, if you ask me. Fourth participation for Alice in the Gold League. He is, of course, the big underdog. There's no doubt about that. Barely scratching that 2,200 ELO mark. But we hear from the greatest, representing the Vision Strikers, of course. Looking good once again.
Picking out the player that he is impressed with throughout his career. Staying colorful right now, and I think rightfully so. We saw him earlier, he looked really good. And Colorful has been looking super strong on this patch, hell yeah.
Yeah, he's really stepping it up, like top 3 Night Elf in Asia for sure. So, who are his biggest opponents? Probably Lin. Yep, win 1-0. Colorful Lawlight, yeah, to be expected. These are the 5 that everybody's talking about. No one really mentions Chemico, which is a surprise to me.
Yeah, I guess really his TED Cup victory put him on the map, and I imagine these recordings were done before that.
Probably.
But Chimico absolutely also, I think, is going to have a great tournament here. Top 4, maybe even the final could be possible. And I'm very curious about Moon. What's his shape going to be like? If he is in his top shape, he is going to blast through this group, but is this the Moon we're going to get to see here?
It's always a little tricky with Gold Leagues, right? He had his ups, he had his downs. Only one time he was able to win that thing. That was against Foggy in the finals. That was in winter 2018. He had 2 more finals afterwards, but he was defeated by TH and by Infi, respectively. Another attempt, second title, would tie him up with 1-0, and TH getting him closer to Infi as the best Gold League performer ever. Alice, of course, can't really think about it, but Moon also coming from a DreamHack Summer victory in the finals in this matchup against Colorful. It was a great final there in Asia. displaying that he's forced to be reckoned with. But recent results, next spring, eliminated in the group stage by, for example, Foggy. Smile Cup 2 also, first round elimination. Before it looked better, like DreamHack, as I mentioned, also Huya Invitational was his to take. Ted Cup he didn't play, so maybe a little bit of a hyperbolic time chamber for him as well, getting ready for the big tournament as we see the map, picks and bans.
All right, this is going to be interesting, boys. This may tell something about the strategy. Moon removes Echo Isles and Last Refuge, both really good for Demon Hunter and Bears. Alice removes Autumn Leaves and Tide Hunters, the new maps. So we're left with Amazonia and Concealed Hill, which are both really good Bottom Hunts maps, by the way. Yeah. But even on these maps, we haven't seen Bottom Hunts much lately because of how good the Bears have been looking. And that's my big question here. Is it going to be Bottom Hunts for Moon, or maybe even something else, something new to counter the Bears?
I'm not sure if you should give CH to Moon. He looked for a long time unbeatable on this map, but maybe things changed a little bit. On this patch, Moon is only 7-6 in Night Elf Mirrors. Alice also 6-5, so around 50%. Both have lost their last Night Elf Mirror matches, so not too much confidence in that matchup possibly. But Moon should have the confidence. He's 2-0 and 3-0 against Alice in direct comparison. That was next winter quarterfinal actually. Moon was the one eliminating Alice there. And at WCG, the team event in the semifinal, the biggest stage that Alice has ever been on alongside Shao Kai and Ling Guagua. Moon was also the one to take it 1-0 in that one. So Moon was oftentimes a player for the Tier 1 tournaments. Not so much this year, it's rather the Tier 2 tournaments where he scored 3 victories already. Huya, DreamHack, Ted Cup. And now he has to show that he's still Premier Tournament Championship material. His last one dates back to summer of 2020. That was next. So almost an entire year without a Tier 1 tournament for Moon. Under the flag of Vision Strikers, obviously. He's starting in the bottom left in the blue Moon, and Alice in the upper right as red.
And Moon is playing the bottom here. I like to see that. He is not resigning yet from trying to counter the Bears. And that's going to mean some Hunters push, probably. Moon, of course, a strategical genius. Usually he tries to avoid the Bear Mirror if he can, and that's certainly what he's doing here as well. Funnily enough, we have seen Moon here before play bottom heavy map control into Bear's late game, but that would mean a very late game indeed. Requiring some Wisp repair here early on to keep the Ancient of War alive, but that seems to be working. Oh my god, it's close, dude. It's pretty close, but
calculated.
It is gonna work, but this little Wisp pull made things a bit difficult here for Moon at the beginning.
Yeah, cool to see that Alice has a game plan prepared. Clearly something, he needs to do something cheeky, I think. Good items for him, a little bit of tankiness, a little bit of damage. And here comes Moon with the Huntress, of course. Circlet, nice. Mantle, not so much, but he can be clearly happy about that. Searing Arrow hunts down the Wisp, no Detonate, extra experience for the GOAT.
Second pair of slippers for Alice, really good items. The 2 slippers especially amazing. And the ring, honestly, not bad. The D-Miner is going to be tanking a lot of damage. That bonus armor is going to be valuable, going to mean also better Moon Juice recovery for him. Bottom on this map is popular and strong because you can creep level 3 pretty reliably. Once you have a couple of hunts out, you're going to have full map control. You can creep the kobolds or the trolls in the middle easily and go for Scroll of Healing later on and then look for a devastating fight. Alice knows that timing is probably coming and needs to get ready and make sure, especially, he's not losing archers early.
Was about to say, is Moon blocked there? He did that to many opponents in the past. But yeah, shoe not on the other foot here. Telestep for the demon to react to whatever is happening to him relatively quickly. I like that move. A little bit of extra resources, but I think he can afford that as the tech should be running anyway. So Moon, can you get level 3? As you said, it is very reliable on Amazonia, but he needs to creep 2 spots for that. Everything picks up pace as you get more and more hunts, that's more and more AoE, that's faster creeping speed, but the Demon Hunter is here to disrupt this.
This is important. These last hits are really important. Demon Hunter level 3. Oh, he didn't get it, right? That last hit going to Moon. The glaive bounce there, if I saw that right. Archers being brought in. These archers are crucial to keep alive for Alice. You need to have a high archer count to deal with a push that's going to be coming in. Takes out one archer of the opponent, but these hunts are going to be much harder to take care of. More and more huntresses are coming out. Once we have 5 hunts, that's when there's going to be full map control going to Moon, and when he can dare to take these kobold camps in the middle.
Okay then, where does this go? The timing is quickly approaching for Moon to do some serious damage. Not a flawless game so far, but still definitely in the realm of victory for Moon, as there was an archer kill as well. Demon Hunter is also not level 3, where it becomes really strong. Has to keep the archer safe. I think that's the number one thing for the remainder of the early game. And that's not too easy, as Moon is coming in for a backstab.
Wonderful Ultra Vision usage here. Thanks to the Hunter's Hall and the Ultra Vision upgrade, Moon has a big vision advantage, forces the TP out super early, and he kills an archer as well. And he gets the rest of the camp, and that's level 3. Only thing that would be more of a cherry on top of the cake here, which would be if there's daytime, which would mean heal scrolls, but we have to wait a bit longer for that. But now we have Potom level 3, level 2 aura, and that is a lot of damage on these huntresses, and normal damage that is, which is pretty good against the demon.
It is pretty good indeed. Was about to say, like, Alice, it's not the end of the world that he loses the TP here, so he's probably not gonna use it anymore! Look at the first big surround by Moon. There's no staff, there's no TP, there is no hope for this Tinker. Okay, Moon asserting dominance right here. Who's your nice daddy? Surround.
Not easy to do with these huntresses. Of course, they're fast, and the Tinker isn't the quickest hero himself, but still not easy to lock that in right there. Valuable experience for the Potom. If she gets to 4, a good bit of bonus damage for her. And if she gets to 5, a lot of bonus damage for everything.
Yeah, Bash.
Oh, the Hunter Sandwich! The Hunter Sandwich coming in from behind, and again splitting the Huntresses 2 times here. But also the archers being kept alive pretty well. The Potom is dropping low. Demon Hunter chasing. Oh, but these archers are caught way out on the map.
Yeah, one after the next. Potom is in a little bit of trouble for sure. But if everything goes wrong, you can go for the TP, super close to the Moon Wells as well. Doubt that the damage is enough. There's not too much mana to burn. And Moon next to the wells, takes a little bath, cat can drink, and everything is all right. Tinker back, of course, doesn't take too long to revive a level 1 hero, but you want experience, and that's not happening. Like, with what do you want to defend now? With the Tinker and the Demon? Good luck.
I just save some archers into the main, but one more goes down, and there's another one on the left, and I think Moon realizes there's still one caught out in the open. Wonderful movement. Beautiful Huntress flanks here by Moon, being able to kill off so many archers early on. And now we have a Zeppelin as well, which means Glaives might be coming next.
Yeah, Moon, of course, one of the 4 big Night Elves in this tournament. With Lawlion, with Colorful, and with Foggy. Getting close to the first victory. The Zeppelin now as well makes it even harder to kill units, and I think the Glaives are coming soon, getting up to 60, and then it's pushed, and then it's the end.
The Glaives are already in. Loaded up. What are they gonna go for? The Moonwell's definitely snipeable. Is there a
go for the main, or go for the Haunted? No, he's going for the main. Even with Nature's Blessing, Alice listened to our casts, knows how important that is. We have Dryads as anti-air, so they can't do whatever they want. But Moon, Zeppelin, had some legendary moves there.
And creeping up the natural in the meantime. So perhaps not trying to all-in push this, but rather use his map control to expand. And there we have the expansion indeed coming up. Big mana potion for the Potom. Not the greatest, but 240 gold, also good.
And levels, man, levels. 4.4 for the Potom already. While the Demon Hunter is still not level 3. Moon is buying an incredible amount of time for that. Just multitasking has always been so amazing for Moon. He might be a little sad that Twisted is out, but he's still able to play this style on almost every map. And he's fooling a little with Alice, who has 3 production buildings, double engine of war, and 1 lore. So no bears coming, it's just dryads. But going into a dryad war with Moon, that's like suicide.
Yeah, it's looking very rough indeed. Even taking out some dryads now with these glaives. Very hard to micro the dryads perfectly. Of course, Az would love to have a hippogriff here, but that's very expensive to go for. Having to go for Ancient of Wind and hippogriff, you're quickly down 300 gold in a game where already you're struggling to build somewhat of a decent army after all these archer losses early on. And the drops just continue, and Moon is just perfectly in control of this game.
How can he not smile across the entire phase when a game is going like this?
Well, maybe if he gets a perfect item here. No, Rune Bracer's items certainly haven't been perfect, but the bottom is level 5, and that is so much damage now for everything that's ranged. Alice's heroes move out, trying to do something by themselves. He does have double staff, so he can save both of them reliably. But nothing you can do. Again, Moon in position, perfectly aware.
I wonder if we see the stars fall at the end of this game as a celebratory end of map number 1. Expo is up, army looks good, Moon is rich AF with 1000 gold already. He can do whatever he wants.
Gonna get a bit more gold from selling those Rune Bracers, going for a Scroll of Protection as well. A bit of bonus armor, always valuable. And this Entangled Gold Mine gonna be churning out more and more income here very soon. Tier 2 is finished. Alchemist is oftentimes the second hero we see for heal spray to heal up these hunts. But not yet.
Not yet. Yeah, Alice is in a very weird position. He has to push to knock down this expansion. At the same time, he's so scared of more drops. Between rock and a hard place, I think.
Yeah, he's going tier 3 because what else is he gonna do? Like, what's he gonna spend his money on?
Let's go Chimeras!
Are very good. Alright, that's one idea. And Moon is gonna pump out more archers, which also work out well as a counter against the dryads. Beastmaster second for Moon, he can continue to creep. He could still get this Beastmaster to level 3 or 4 on the left-hand side of the map.
Yeah, there's plenty. And there's no threat to him at all. If he takes a look at the main, there's no sappers or any zeppelins coming his way. He can soak up the remainers of AZ. Of course, can't creep up to the ultimate, but for the Beastmaster it's kind of nice. He carries more items, so it's... Oh, ho, ho, ho! Sugar plays by Moon. This time we have a staff, but these are just statements. Fear me. That's what the surround said.
Yeah, just flawless play by Moon, isn't it? Just wonderful execution here, one after the next, pulling the red camp now with a 70 supply army. 1-1 upgrades right now, and those must be increasing, I imagine. Gets another surround, this time against the granite. Take some damage here, but he's going to get a big item, big experience for the Beastmaster, who's going to get level 2 from this, maybe even level 3.
Helm of Valor. I thought it's a Claw plus 12, but no, it's a Helm of Valor. On the other side, Hood of Cunning. Meh. Not what they were looking for. No auras. Okay, Alice is dragging this out, enjoying his stay on the stage, on the main stage, on the big screen. Let's see for how much longer. For Linguagua, it was the right call to stay in the game. There was one moment that turned the tide again in his favor. Since their clanmates, maybe taking Linguagua as a role model. There are worse examples, I think.
Would be pretty epic, right? If he's down 30 supply against Moon and he makes it work, that would be a standout moment in his career. But it's not gonna be easy, certainly. Moon now at 80 supply, going tier 3. I imagine more upgrades queued. Dude, if he gets 3-0 marksmanship archers with pod and 5, Can you imagine the dam?
It's a lot of damn. That's for sure. Plus 18 already on the bottom herself. Again, this is unholdable. But okay, maybe Alice finds a little miracle or Moon screws up, but he's just flowing through this. He's, oh my, defending his archers with Invis hunts. Okay, now reveal use, so he has to break this position. Wait, that's a one-sided affair if I ever saw one.
It is a lot of archers for Alice, to be fair, and he just used that Scroll of the Beast, so bonus damage. But the bottom gives them more bonus damage with the aura. So I think Moon is going to come out on top here, of course. Huge lead for the Korean. Finally we have Bears, finally we have Rejuve, but the numbers are a very clear affair here. Once these two Angels of War fall, which is going to be in seconds, then floodgates are open to kill the rest of the army, the rest of the base, and lead to this 1-0 for Moon.
Yeah, for sure. There's no doubt about that. I mean, we try to make this as exciting as possible, but at some point you have to be realistic. Heroes super low, both of them, no consumables. Army is just inferior, even though he has bears. Bottom far away from level 6, so I think we can blame Moon of picking up that Beastmaster to deny us that beautiful Starfall. Beastmaster level 4, man, it's so crazy.
There's still glaives in the back. Would be cool if you dropped them as well now. Not that it's really necessary. But Moon, you know, doesn't want to overextend here. Demon Hunter is a strong hero, especially against archers. He's going to TP out. Oh, the Beastmaster died? What?
How did that happen?
Die in the main? I didn't even see that.
Me neither. Okay. Alright. A little bit of an exclamation mark by Alice, but he still has the second base against him. Beastmaster can just be bought back at the tavern. There's a lot of moon juice, so there shouldn't really be an issue. Also with the zombie mask, man. What a nice item to have right now.
And I wonder, what's Moon going to go for? We have seen pot him into bears before. He is tier 3, but there's no lore, so it just seems to be archers, and lots of them with upgrades. And that DPS is going to be super high with marksmanship. Needs some scrolls, and then the next attack might finally finish the game. Honestly, pretty impressive hold by Alice. Down 30 supply, somehow holding that attack, but he's far from out of the woods.
Defender's advantage with Moonwell's, of course, nice, and maybe in the end it was a mistake by Moon to not go for the glaives. I think he could have easily kicked the tree if Alice was just busy microing his army. Would love to see sappers as well, but that's so easy to say and so hard to do against the Moon, who's operating on what feels like 16 screens at the same time. He did kick the shop. Did he use a sapper or was it just normal attacks? Not sure.
Yeah, the level 4 Tinker is also really good here for Alice. Good pocket factory, very strong, very fast spawn rate. The passive increases the spawn rate of the little clockwork goblins. If both these heroes get to 5, if the demon gets to 6, anything's possible.
Yeah, it's a long journey though. From 4 to 6, not easily done, especially when 80 supply knock at your door.
Yeah, and now we have the glaives in as well. And the glaives with the aura. That is going to be Moonwell's falling real quick.
Bash comes in.
Getting bashed a bit here by the bear. Mass Wisp coming in for detonate as well. And that's a lot of archers. That's a lot of damage.
Yeah. Moon's like, okay, enough with the shenanigans. I like Amazonia. Always love to pay a visit to these grounds, but I want to see something else. Let's go to the hills as the Demon Hunter. The win condition is dead. And indeed, a very, very clean affair for this very man right here. Jang Jae-ho, everybody knows him. Lots of people love him. And dominance. Moon with a bottom and hunts. It's so hard to beat. And this is also not the greatest forecast for CH, where it's very likely that this happens again.
Yeah, CH is by far the best map for bottom huntresses. You know, the Demon Hunter, we saw that he was trying to level up. It's important to get items and levels on the Demon. Ideally, you want to get to level 3 quickly. That is kind of doable on AZ. On Concealed Hill, it's completely impossible. Plus, The Huntresses can be used aggressively, take some damage, go back to the fountain to heal for free. You have full map control, so you can heal, the opponent cannot. You can creep the lab fairly easily, go for those glaives again. Yeah, I think Alice absolutely has to play Bottom Hunts here himself and go into a Bottom Hunts mirror.
But even then, like, if you're playing against a player who's clearly better than you are you supposed to go for the same strat when you're not confident that you're able to beat him straight up?
Well, yeah, it's still his best strategy, right? It's still the most likely thing that's gonna win him the game. What else can he do? Like, do some keeper shenanigans, but it's Moon you're playing against. That stuff's just not gonna work.
Mass range push.
It was Colorful before who was able to beat Moon's Bottom Hunts on Amazonia, but Colorful is so good with Demon Hunter Bears, it's very hard to replicate that, and you just cannot lose archers early. This game really came down to Moon perfectly setting up creep jacks, being patient, having wonderful movement, and then coming in with the flanks. In a surround like that against the Tinker, it's very nice to throw on top there as well, starting off that tier 2 phase with the hero kill right away. We saw quite a bit of surrounds on these Huntresses actually.
There was not a bad match by Alice, it was just not as good as Moon. Again, no one here really does big mistakes. No one's getting too nervous. So that's a good sign for the rest of the group stage. We will be here 4 days in a row for the group stage, and then we know our participants for weekends playoffs. Every day at noon throughout the week. Weekends a little earlier at 10 a.m. Central European summertime. Cheeky plays by Moon there with the Shadow Melts protecting the archers. And then just... Well, here's the Beastmaster. The clock... Oh, I was about to say the Clockwork got the last hit. He actually died in front of our eyes, Remo. We're getting old.
We certainly are. Perhaps Moon is as well, because he had an Immo Potion there. Didn't save him in time, but it wasn't really required. When the army is so huge, it's very hard to deal with. What's super good against this kind of army is AoE. Impale, Stomp, Clap, Breath of Fire, but that was not part of Alice's forces. Clockwork Goblins, AoE, Kabooms, kind of nice, but not quite good enough here. I think that's what the spell is called, right? At least from the Sappers, it's called Kaboom. Going out gloriously in the end. It's a spectacular finish.
Well, depends, right? If you just blow up in the middle of nowhere, it's not so glorious.
Well, I think you left your mark. It's a crater on the ground, you know.
True.
So,
maybe you can fill it with water, put some fish in.
Yeah, why not? I know.
See?
You're a big fan of fish, so you can do what you want with that. Although, doing that after you have combusted, it's going to be a little bit tougher to do. Can Moon also have a glorious finish here for his first day? We're going to see on the next map, which was Alice's choice, by the way. Concealed Hill. Which definitely seems like it has to be part of it.
Very, very, very curious about this choice, but he will have his reasons for it. Maybe he just likes it a lot. I think it was DreamHack when he eliminated Youngie, right? So he looked very good in that matchup at that point, but Youngie is no Moon. They're around the same age, but a lot of differences apart from that. But cool to see Moon in shape. Cool to see Moon in the real WGL shape, not the like flukes that he was in Winter 19 or in the entirety of 17. Recent encounters were pretty good, but can he make it all the way again as he did in Winter 2018? Group stage shouldn't be too much of a problem for him, if you ask me, but then when it comes to the playoffs, is it a full Moon here in Shanghai or not? Moon 1, Alice 0, map number 2. Is it the 3 points for the greatest, or can Alice cause a major upset and tie this up for the 1 point?
We'll find out on Concealed Hill. You know, there is one option to try to hard counter Moon, which might work out if Moon doesn't play flawlessly. And that is Keeper first. Keeper hunts can overwhelm Bottom hunts if the Bottom player doesn't bring Wisps for the detonate. if you can get one kill after the next with Entangle, you can start to snowball. And there it is. Keeper first indeed for Alice. That seems to be the game plan. Going to hunt yourself against the Moon, who is playing Podum, and then find one kill after the next and get further and further ahead with these Entangle kills. So Moon will have to scout this early, and always remember to bring Wisps. So it seems like the ball is in Moon's court. If he plays this perfectly, this could work out well for him. But if he slips, Alice has a decent chance here.
I really like this game plan by Alice. So it seems that he had this game plan prepared. He knows that Moon is going to play Podum, especially on this map. So this is his attempt, not playing straight up, as Coach Neo would have suggested him as well, but go for something special, and this is certainly something special. When do you ever see this? You don't play Keeper too much, same reason as the Warden, as the Demon Hunter is countering that with mana burn way too hard, way too easy, but if it's Moon, you're 100% sure that he's going Podum, then Keeper is a very, very valid choice, and a powerful weapon as well. So yeah. Good start, in my opinion, theoretically, for the underdog. Let's see what he can do with it.
Yeah, some liners also like to go Keeper Archers into like Dryads Bears, but that gives you a lot less map control. If you go Keeper Hunts, you can always go out on the map, always trade, whereas with Archers, it's gonna be a little bit harder. Both heroes greeting the enemy across the map. Demon Hunter, or Keeper rather, would love to pick off that one Archer, but she makes it to the Moonwells, should survive. Alice's Archer, on the other hand, going the long way towards the Moonwells, but she should be fine as well. As we see the Huntress build coming in, and every Entangle is going to lead to a dead Wisp, so costs a bit of gold to replace.
Cool. Yeah, decent approach here. Thing is, Moon also really good with Zeppelins that should be able to go for on this map. Usually it is. But Alice has Archers already, which makes it easier to deal with that Zeppelin earlier. And there's the tech again. Obviously a lot faster than for Moon. No Hunter's Hall, no second engine of war. Just the nature of this build.
Yeah, alright. So Alice is going to play that tech here rather than going into Hunts himself. So once again, Moon is going to be able to do a lot out on the map. And again, Alice is going to have to be careful with his Archers. Right now, while there's no Huntresses, Archers don't have too much to fear. That's gonna change soon.
Always gotta be
the Keeper making back to the main.
Always gotta be careful if you're playing Moon every stage of the game. Not too much damage exchange so far. Just calmly waiting for the tier 2 stages, for the mass hunt stages. Nobody really wants to brawl. Just whatever you can get now is a nice to have. Nothing crucial, of course. Would love to have Treants to accelerate creeping. If Moon is not denying too much, that should be the safe level 2. But obviously Moon knows as well that this is happening, so good reaction to it.
Yeah, and the ideal thing here is for the Huntresses to come in before the Keeper gets level 2. And 3 was being brought right away by Moon. Moon knows what he has to do, and he's making sure these Entangles aren't going to lead to much. Trying to surround the Podum, okay. Does he have a reveal though?
TP, the reveal is coming, but the hunts are coming in as well. And that's a powerful force against only 5 archers. Hunts and Podum are superior.
That mate was, by the way, basically instant. Entangle comes in, 500 milliseconds later, boom, Entangle dispelled.
If you give Moon 5 minutes to think about an issue, then yeah, that's what happens.
And that's why Keeper First on the top level isn't very reliable. He put the test to the Moon. He put the test to Moon to see if he would do it perfectly, and hell yeah, he did.
Yeah. So what's next is the question. Waiting for the 50 supply. How fast is Moon trying to end this is the question. Like the base build, it's nighttime for quite a while. He did use Moon Juice, so he's gonna be a little conservative with that, I think. Shop is coming now for a couple of clarities. And still no level 2, right? This is such a big accomplishment for Moon already. He basically does everything with only a Podum.
Comes in. Earlier we saw a surround against the second hero. This one almost getting surrounded, not quite.
Trying
The
though.
Whisper here.
Oh! It's blocked!
She's blocked.
Oh,
Out of the main.
Huntress body block. Oh no. Bottom level 2. Hunts are chasing. And history repeats. Map 1. Fate of the second hero. Oh. She live?
She is getting chased here by these Huntresses. Should be going down sooner or later, but maybe can deny herself to the creeps at least, which is going to be valuable. And finally, an entangle is going to lead to a kill. Naya goes down, but she's going to be back soon here. Only level 1, not going to be too expensive to revive her. Bottom getting surrounded here in Shadow Meld, and Moon going to be forced into a TP, it looks like.
Photographic memory by Alice here. Pinpointing this around really nicely. Okay, so TP gone, second hero dead, Alice with quite an exclamation mark at the beginning of the mid game.
Definitely looking better than the first map. But the question is, how well is the Keeper gonna scale into the late game compared to a Demon Hunter? Demon Hunter just purely because of his stats and his, for that reason, right-click capabilities and tank capabilities normally tends to do better, again, unless there is no wisps around for the spell. But now Moon finally starting to creep up himself, level 2.5. Would love to creep that lab and go for some Zeppelins again.
Oh yeah, that's exactly what Moon does on this map at this timing of the game. Wisp is here though, knows what's up. Oh, being punished for that positioning right away. So Alice, red spot or creep jack? Feels like, yeah, creep jack it is. The entire game basically, he was waiting for this moment right there. How much damage can he inflict?
Would be a sick last hit steal if he gets it, but insanely hard to do. Use the entangle, takes out one archer. Oh, but another is around against the Naga, but this time we got the staff.
Yeah, Alice learning from the mistakes on Amazonia, sees Moon is on point with his surrounds today. And then the staff is always good to have. Okay, I have to be a little careful, but right. So Moon, around 50, he has the glaives again. Alice only 36 supply. But defender's advantage might help.
Hits also something you want to go for quickly. Oh my god, Hippo Riders.
Wow. He really
Okay.
studied the game tape. Giving it to him. Like, he knows what's coming. He knows what's up. But the thing with Moon is, you might know what's coming. You might know what he has planned. But he's still too goddamn good for you.
But these Hippo Riders definitely gonna take out the Zeppelin and the glaives quickly, and also decent against the Huntresses. Problem is, they get destroyed by archers, and the Naga dies again. Where are these Hippo Riders? They need to come in. There we go.
Okay, nothing except the bottom can shoot up. Taking care of the Zeppelin first to take away mobility. Keeper gotta be careful to not get surrounded there as well. No way for him except the TP to save him. But yeah, the piercing damage, the fact that he can't attack them, at least prolongs Alice's life.
It's gonna get another kill, and that's level 3. And guess what? Right here, Moon didn't have wisps close by. But I think he's not even too sad about losing these hunts, because I'm pretty sure he's gonna replace them with archers, which now in the late game against these Hippo Riders will be doing much better. And here we see them, archers coming in.
Moon looked a little worried there for a second, but I don't think Alice has the necessary mass to close this out at all. So there's not too much to worry about. If he gets a little bit more time, gets a little bit of archers in, still scaled super well with the bottom, so the synergy is still there. But Moon, he doesn't really care, right? He's just, hey man, I love attacking, here's the next one.
Having so much bonus DPS with that bottom, of course, still, but he's not right here with the army, I think, trailing back a little bit. Alright, now we have a lot of Wisp in the mix again to use and detonate once more. Keeper's Entangles have been looking pretty impactful the last couple of minutes, but he doesn't have much mana left now.
Alice's supply blocked at 40. Can't go for more, and he needs that critical mass. He will never achieve that He just knocks down Moonwell after Moonwell. And Alice doesn't even have the healing anymore. This is brutal. Alice, you are ready for so much, but not for this.
Where's Hippo Riders? How many does he have?
4.
4 or 5. That does not look like it's enough against the archers on the enemy side. Everything a bit hurt already as well. And the Glaze putting so much pressure on the enemy structures. Keeper dropping low, almost going down. Has to go for the heal potion here. There's a shop standing, but maybe not for too much longer.
If only he had Moonwells now, eh? Entangle, focus, fire again. Name of the game. Wisp's not here. Just waiting for the APs, honestly. Naga again living a dangerous life against the level 3 bottom. Wow, no chance. The perfect adjustment to this little surprise play.
Yeah, and that AP standing now is also going to make it impossible for the Hippo Riders to commit into that position deeply. So many buildings taken out. The next one would have been the Tree of Ages, and that is going to be our GG, and the next 2-0. This one going to Moon. 3 points to make for a good start into the group.
Don't give Moon CH. Lesson learned. You can have a wonderful game plan. He destroys them. And he is where he belongs. At the top of Group A, alongside Focus, Alice, and Fortitude, find themselves on the bottom of the bracket. So Group A, 100% in the hands of the Koreans.
As so often, the Koreans looking strong here. Seems like they have looked quite a bit better than the Chinese in direct comparison. Ever since we haven't seen Infi and TH so much anymore. And even Fly sometimes recusing himself nowadays. But we have the big hitter. The big star player for China coming up after this one, which is going to be 1-0 going up against Foggy. That's going to be a sick match. Moon. I wonder if he's going to continue to play this bottom style or if this was specifically against Alice. Did he think against Alice this would definitely work? Or is he also going to use it against Colorful? Should it come to that encounter, I'll be very interested to see what's going to be done by the 5th race.
Oh yeah, maybe a variety or a broader variety of strats there, but in the past I think he was using hunts a lot, and so if it's not an enemy that is super scary to him like a Colorful or a Lawlion, he sticks with it and very successfully so. There's no reason for him to move to anything else. It's comfortable, it's relatively easy to play, it doesn't require your 700 APM micro plays across 7 screens or something. It's part of mass hunts, right? So why not? Smooth sailing in match number 1 for him. And just, he can win these matches with his game sense alone and with his tactical decisions and with the near flawless execution. It's a good pair. Moon with a good start into the tour.
Going to be challenged more by his other opponents, probably. Oh, Alice, yeah. We knew coming into this one he was going to have a tough time, but making it into this top 16 for him also not bad. And maybe he's going to have some good performances in the matches coming up after. But here certainly it was very clear who was the better player. And of course, for all the Night Elf fans out there, for all the Night Elf players out there, everyone wants to see Moon advance. He is a fan favorite, he's a legend, and he's just so entertaining to watch in so many matches. He's super innovative. There's a lot of multitasking oftentimes in his games. They get wild, and he's also the master of comebacks. The crazy comebacks we've seen by Moon in the past were absolutely wonderful to behold. And we'll see how far he gets here. My big question going into this day for Moon specifically was, what's his shape gonna look like? It looked really good. Looked really solid here against Alice, but also, to be completely honest, he wasn't tested to the fullest yet.
So, most of what you just said goes for our number 1 Western representative as well. It is time for Foggy's first game at WGL Summer. He's up against the big Chinese favorite for this tournament, the second most decorated Gold League player ever in 1-2-0. A hell of a match. The number 1 main event coming from the group of death to your home screens is Foggy vs 1-2-0. So don't go anywhere. Spread the word. Put it on all the discords. And then let's celebrate this wonderful game. See you in a bit.